Hello children, welcome back to your English grammar classes. How are you all? I hope you all are keeping fine. Okay, so children, I hope you have seen yesterday's video. I had sent the video explaining chapter 1 nouns. I explained you the definition of noun. And did you all play the game which I made you play, which I taught you yesterday? I hope you all have played. Okay, so now moving on. Today in this video, in this session, I'll be explaining you the kinds of noun. But before that, again, we'll just see the definition of noun. So what is noun? Nouns are the names of people, things, substances, places, ideas and feelings. So this is the definition what you have in the end of your textbook. In the last pages, you'll find these definitions. So children, you can also write those definitions in your notebook. Not necessary what is given in the chapter. In the textbook, in the last, you'll find all the definitions of the whole book of the grammar. You'll find in the last pages. So you can copy it down from there too. Okay, children? So I explained you what is noun. Nouns are the names of people, things, substances, ideas, feelings. So these are nouns. Now moving on to the next, that is, we have 5 kinds of noun. Kinds of noun. The first one is proper noun. So the first kind of noun is proper noun. So children, what do you mean by proper noun? Proper noun are the names of people and place. Proper noun means it comes under the nouns of institution, names of people or person, and noun are names of place. So in proper noun, we have 3 headings. That means name of person or people, then name of place and institutions. Now why I mentioned over here institution, children, is because like St. Xavier School, it's a name of an institution. So that also comes under proper noun, because whenever you write proper noun in any institution's name, it always has capital letter in the beginning. Capital letter is always used. अगर आप अपना नाम लिखते हो या मैं अपना नाम लिखती हूँ, सिमी मैम, सिमी Sebastian. So see the SS capital. Then if you're writing your name, Param. So P-A-R-A-M, Param. So P capital. So again it comes under proper noun. Then who is the principal of the school? Father Jobby. So when I write Father Jobby, F capital, J capital. Okay children? Then we are talking about place. It can be Bombay, Gandhidham, Adipur, Anjar. Many of you have this habit of writing Adipur like this. Isn't it children? See, this is the way some of you write this. But this is wrong. Always the name of place, city, state, it will be always used capital letter. So always the beginning of the letter of place, person, institution will always be in capital letter. Or in short we can say proper noun always begins with a capital letter. Understood children? What do you mean by proper noun? So proper noun means names of person or people, places or institution. It always begins with a capital letter. So this is the first kind of noun, that is proper noun. So the second kind of noun is common noun. So children, what do you mean by common noun? Common noun is a name given in general to a particular class, to a particular kind of people. For example, if I have to say We have 60 students in our class. How many students are there, children, in our class? We have 60 students. But if I individually call out each student by name, जैसे यशवी, मेशवा, then Saloni. So when I call out individual student by name, then that becomes proper noun. Why? Because हम उनको नाम से बुलाते हैं. So name of person, it means proper noun. तो जब हम बच्चों को individually बुलाते हैं तो वो क्या होगा? Proper noun. Now if these students, अब ये 3 girls, अब इनको मुझे नाम से नहीं बुलाना है. If I have to call out Yashvi, Meshwa, Saloni, come here. I don't have to come here. What would I say? All the 3 girls come here. Otherwise, what would I have to say? अगर मुझे इनका नाम नहीं पता, मुझे यशवी, मेशवा, सलोनी, if I don't know their name, what would I call them? Come here. Would I say that? No. What would I do? I would say all the girls come here. So what word I have used over here? Girls. So this word is a common name given to a particular, to or any kind of class, to a certain kind of classes, girls, boys. Now there are 60, what would I have written over here? Students. So students also comes under common noun. Why? Because the name that is given in general to a particular kind of class. So student, or you can say pupils, boys, girls, these all comes under common noun. Now see, you have so many teachers in the school. So the teacher word, teachers comes under common noun. But if you point out a particular teacher, for example, like who is taking your Hindi? Yes, Rupali ma'am. So Rupali ma'am will be proper noun. R will be capital. Then your moral science is taken by Krishnamma ma'am. So K capital, Krishnamma ma'am is also proper noun. But when if I have to say only teacher, common name given is teacher. So that word teacher, it comes in common noun. Why? Because that is a name given in general to that certain kind of class. So teacher, students, pupil, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have different professions, isn't it, children? So the word that is in common is said to be common noun, and we are when we are talking individual, that comes under proper noun. Any place, institution. So understood, children, what is common noun and what is proper noun? Okay. Now moving on to the third one. So the third kind of noun is collective noun. So what do you mean by collective noun, children? Collective noun is when we talk about a collective number, when we talk about collection, collectively a group of things or people, then we use the collective noun. When we talk about a number of person or things as considered as a group, as one whole thing, that is said to be collective noun. You can write collection or a number of person or things. So when we are talking about a group, a number of person or things considered as one whole thing, पूरे people को उसको consider करते, we consider them as one whole thing, then we use the collective noun. For example, a bundle of sticks. So not one stick we are talking about. We are talking बहुत सारे sticks हैं. So we use the word bundle. So the word bundle is a collective noun. Bundle of sticks. A herd of cows. So we are not talking about one cow, children. If there are 5 to 10 cows standing, what we say? A herd of cows. Our team won the match. So our team consists of one player? No. Our team consists of 12, 15, 20 players. So that whole players in a group is said to be team. So that is said to be collective noun. Now moving on to the next one, children, that is concrete noun. Concrete noun. Now when we have to refer of the things or that can be perceived or experienced, we can feel it, we can sense it through our 5 sense organs. Before that, which are our 5 sense organs, children? Eyes, nose, ears, tongue, then skin, and these are the 5 sense organs. So, concrete noun means if we can experience through our sense organs, through our 5 sense organs, which means that it can be seen, it can be touched, it can be smelled, heard, or you can also experience that. उसको कहते हैं concrete noun. उसको कहते हैं concrete noun. That can be experienced. That can be experienced through our 5 sense organs is said to be concrete noun. Okay, children? So, moving on to next. That is abstract noun. Now, what do you mean by abstract noun? Abstract noun is a noun that is only being used for the state of being, as if, for example, feelings, emotions, which can be only expressed, which can be only seen, but you can't touch them. Jaise 5 sense organs, when you have to eat something, you get taste. You can feel it, you can smell it. Those which can be experienced through your 5 sense organs is said to be concrete noun. But abstract noun means that is a state of being like feel what is being felt, your emotions, your anger, your happiness, which can be expressed only through feelings. You can only see it, but you can't touch them, isn't it? Abhi, today if I am upset, what would I do? I'd be sitting and crying the whole day. So your friend or somebody can see that कि आप आज नाराज हो या आप गुस्से में आप दुख हो. That is why I keep on crying. If today I'm happy, I'll give you a beautiful smile. I'll laugh at everyone. So that means you're very much happy. So the emotion, the feelings that comes out, you can only experience that. You can only see it, but you can neither touch it. उसको कहते हैं abstract noun that has no physical existence, only can be expressed, cannot be experienced, cannot be experienced through our 5 sense organs. उसको कहते हैं abstract noun. So children, once again I'll explain you the 5 kinds of noun. First one proper noun, second one common noun, third one collective noun, fourth one concrete noun, and the fifth one is abstract noun. Proper noun means nouns, those are names of person, place or institution and always begins with a capital letter. उसको कहते हैं proper noun. Common noun means names of person or thing of the same kind, considered as one same kind of class, considered to be one the same kind. Next one is collective noun. Collective noun means a collection, or you can say talking about number of person or thing considered as one whole thing. Concrete noun. Concrete nouns are the names that can be experienced through your 5 sense organs, that can be smelled, heard, seen, felt. उसको कहते हैं concrete noun. And the last one is abstract noun, a state of being experienced only through your feelings, emotions, words, but cannot be experienced through, you can't touch them, that has no physical existence. Understood, children? Okay, so now let's start with the exercise. So children, your homework for today is you have to write the definition of the kinds of noun. I explained you the 5 kinds of noun. So you have to write the definitions of those kinds of nouns. And you will give one example each. Okay children, you have to give one example. So this is your homework for today. And you have to write exercise 1 and 2 in your textbook. With what? You will use only pencil. You are not supposed to use pen in your textbook. You will write the exercise in your textbook using pencil. So all of you, bye. Take care. God bless you children.